will take it away.
All right, thank you, Mike. How do you make money in financial markets? Well, it starts with an understanding of the way the industry works and how your money works best for you, the investor. You see, we're all led to understand that if we just take risk in the stock market, we will receive the financial rewards we desire. The problem is that's not always true, nor is it always in the best interest of you, the investor. It is, however, always in the best interest of Wall Street. Why? Because they have a vested interest in keeping you in the market at all times. And as a result, they're incentivized to create the perception of optimism more often so that the average investor stays in the market. You see, money works best when it is in motion. This is called the velocity of money principle. If money sits in your pocket, is it doing anyone any good? No, not until it changes hands does it create that valuable motion that begins, that really establishes velocity as a result of perceived value. This motion is actually called cash flow. Cash flow can either create wealth or destroy it. When fees are generated through transactions, cash flow is created for the benefit of the firm. When your money is idle, sitting in cash flow, or sitting in cash, it doesn't create cash flow for either you or Wall Street. Then why do investors stay in the market? Because the market always goes up in the long run, right? But how do you know how long is the long run? So let me ask you this. How many believe that history generally tends to repeat itself more often than not? Yeah, I agree. In fact, my mentor Warren Buffett once said that what we learn from history is that we don't learn from history. As a result, we're destined to repeat it. We're typically told by analysts and publications, financial publications, that the market returns about 10% on average in the long run. The problem is that this return is an average of averages. Let me give you an example of what I mean. If I told you that my wife and I, on average, run about 10 miles a week, that would put a certain picture in your mind, wouldn't it? But what if I told you that actually she runs 20 miles a week and I don't run at all? That changes the picture, but I haven't really lied to you, have I? You see, for almost 200 years, the long-term bear markets have lasted about 20 years, and long-term bulls about 15. So the true long-term is about 35 years full cycle. That means for the highest probability of getting that 10% in the market, you need to be fully invested for 35 years. And we're just 13 years into the current bear market cycle. Now, the CEO of every publicly traded company has a fiduciary responsibility to do what? Maximize shareholder value. Why is this important? This means that the CEO wants you, the customer, to experience value by purchasing their products and services, but that's not their primary goal. Their loyalty is truly beholden to their board of directors and to their shareholders. Now, this is not a sinister plot. It's simply the way that markets work, whether a company sells financial products or consumables, products or services. So imagine for a moment that a company sells only two products. Product A is more profitable to the company but provides less value to the consumer. Product B provides more value to the customer but is less profitable to the company. The CEO has a fiduciary obligation to push product A more. If he doesn't, then the board will simply replace him with someone who does. Now, this fact simply exposes one of the biggest conflicts of interest that exists for investors and consumers. You see, this conflict doesn't matter much to us when we're shopping for toilet paper or groceries, but when it comes to our hard-earned money, it becomes much more evident and emotional. In other words, your investment goals are more in line with the Wall Street firm's goals when you own the shares of that Wall Street firm and not as an account holder. Now, that doesn't mean you're getting bad advice from your advisor, so don't hear what I'm not saying. But mutual funds, the management fees and transaction fees they create, generate billions of dollars in cash flow for these companies every day, regardless of which way the market's going. But let me ask you this. Is that the way that you make money in your investments? No, you primarily make money when you buy low and sell high. When the market's up, you're happy. When the market is down, you are not. So remember this key fact. Cash is king. And cash flow is the fuel of kingdoms. Manage the cash flow of your investments, and you can learn the key to making money more predictably and without having to take much risk. Then you too can make a respectable return the same way that Wall Street does it. How do you do that? Oh, look at the time.